Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with Beth Traverso, our newest expert in our expert series. How you doing, Beth?
Hey, doing great.
Hey, so you teased me with something. I'm so lucky we get to have this fourth interview on. You
Yeah.
teased me at the end of episode number 3 about treating your business as a hobby in 2013, doing one whopping transaction to 4 short years later, grossing over $1 million in gross commission income GCI. I got to ask, what were kind of the top 3 or 4 things you did from going from nothing to something in 4 short years? What do you think?
Yes. So, it was interesting. Part of it was like I had no fallback. So, and I have 3 kids to support, okay?
Woo!
And like, we are coming out of these dark years of the housing bust.
Yeah.
And we had I talked about a different video how I sold some fire sales some property to get us through that bad time. But after a while that I started to feel the looming, presence of the doom, like, oh, this
Yeah,
money's
it's
going to
good.
run out at some point. And what am I going to do? Like, I don't
Mhm.
have a previous career or anything to go to do, so I'm like, something's got to be done here.
Mhm.
So I'm like, you know what, I know how to do real estate, I'm really good at it, I got to figure this out. And thankfully, my managing broker that I'm with now, he's a real visionary and a great operator. But he just reached out to me randomly and said, "Hey, are you looking at getting basically a call like, hey, do you want to come on board with our company?" And I was like, "Well, yeah." And he was basically like, "We teach people how to be business people. You already know how to sell real estate. I'm going to teach you how to be a better business person." I'm like, "Oh, that resonates with me and where I am
Check.
right now." Yeah. Okay, great. Let's do it. So one of the first things that I did with him was like he laid out a business plan and it had all these things on it. Like, oh, great, I can follow instructions. So every week I would do something different. The first one is like set up your database, right? Like figure out who your people are, get a place to track them in for follow up and that kind of thing. And other things like claim your online presence, so when people look at you, you want to be legitimate, and then people can like see you and see your profiles in different places. And that's how I ended up connecting with that lead portal we talked about, where I claimed it on there and used that online lead source to start building my client base, because I was in a different area too. I'd moved from the city of Seattle to the kind of more rural east side area where I am now, and it was like 2 different worlds. And I thought I
Mm-hmm.
could just pick it up from one place and bring it to the other because it's not that far away, but it doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically did have to start with no database. So I started just like networking with people I know, putting them in there, nurturing them, working with the online leads, which were working really well at that time because I didn't have a book of business to rely on. And then another one was like creating a brand. I worked on creating my brand, which actually, if I was to fast forward now, these years later, like 9 years later from that time, is huge because now my brand is built to a point where it's created so much momentum that it generates the business on its own. So people know me, and when they know they want to sell a property in a certain area, it's one of those things. Branding is where you think of like, rural acreage on the east side, Beth Traverso Group. It's just like boom, boom, and they see it all the time. So I've got
Mm-hmm.
signage around, I've got, postcards that go out to everybody. Believe it or not, like the old school postcards have worked tremendously well. So yes, so people see it, sure they throw it away, but then another one comes the next month. And the branding looks the
How,
same.
how much do you spend on postcards a month or a quarter or however you track
It's
it?
about $6,000 a month.
And
You
going
know,
to how many folks, roughly?
it's about $1 a
Yeah.
household, so it's about 6,000,
Yeah. Exactly.
and I'm
Yeah.
watching that. That's one of those metrics I watch where I see like, hey, my farming return on investments, what they call it farming,
Mm-hmm.
is really good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start expanding that more. So basically you have to set aside money to build your business.
Mm-hmm.
And in real estate, people often think like, oh, I don't have to spend money. They're really resistant to spending money on it, but you have to. Like if you're going to open a bakery, for example, like you have to rent the space, you got to put the ovens in there, tables, you got to hire staff, all these things you need to do. You have to do that in real estate too if you really want to have a business.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So by the time I got through all those checklists, I got to the end of the list and I'm like, well, what now? Like I feel like I can level up beyond this. Like what now? And my broker was like, well, people don't generally do all those things, do now. So, and so I had gone from like my first, 2013, I think I made like $6,700. It wasn't even a house. It was like a boat slip or something that I sold. And then like it ended up going to like 75 and then like 350 the next year. It was like, wow, more money than I'd ever made, and then it just kept growing exponentially from there.
Mhm.
And so but I've always set aside money to keep generating business. And the thing is, it has to be something that I can't physically be doing everything myself. So it
Right.
automates it. I would say the other thing is like set and forget.
Mhm.
You have to get your marketing machine that moves while you're sleeping. It's doing things for you while you're
Yeah.
sleeping.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Wow, let me ask you this. If you had to start over today, do you think you could repeat that process and get there again in 4 or 5 years if you had to start from scratch?
Yeah, the way I would do it would be different because things change, like what worked then may not necessarily work now.
But it's not just luck. It's Beth. You can, again, you said it up front, right? You can follow a process. You can do the work.
Yes, there is. You just all you got to do is follow the groundwork from people who have done it before you. And there's people that are doing things at much higher levels. Like as soon as I think like, oh wow, I've like reached this great spot, then you look around like, oh my gosh, there's these other people doing these other bigger things. And
Mhm.
then it comes a point where you can choose like what kind of business do you want to have? I'm at a point now where I can decide like, do I want to grow it bigger,
Mhm.
or do I want to maybe refine what I'm doing and just do a
Yeah.
certain thing? And it
Yeah.
becomes more about the lifestyle you want.
Yeah. You talked about having 3 kids earlier. How old are they today?
They're 11, almost 13, and almost 15.
Okay. Okay. So
But
they
back then
they
they were like toddlers and stuff. So back when I was starting, I was like bringing the little carry bucket like with me
yeah.
to the show. Like, hey, do you mind if I bring my kid? People were pretty cool about it if you just
Yeah.
let
You
them
just
know what's
tell them.
going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
just
very
tell
cool.
them. Yeah.
So as we kind of wrap this up, where do we, and if you don't know, it's totally okay. If you don't want to say, it's okay. But where does Beth go over the next 5 to 10 years? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, so what I'm looking to do right now is like I was saying, like I'm trying to think about like what it is that I want to do and what I don't want to do, and I'm refining that more. So basically my business model right now is I have myself and two agents that are rock stars of their own that support me and I support them and they do their thing. And then I have two admin that are working full time, making sure everything's not going off the rails on the transaction side of things. But what I want to do is, part of the reason why I love connecting with you and your community is I love real estate investing.
Right.
And I just want to just be here around people that are doing that. Like that makes me happy. So
That's
where
awesome.
that's going to take me in a few years, I'm not really sure, but I do know that that's a side of things that really is exciting and fun for me. And if I can help other people like get on that track and just be around people who are doing what I like, that's what I want to do, is focus on that, but I'm not planning on like retiring. I guess talk a lot about retiring, but it's sort of like my version of retiring might be like where maybe I work a fewer hours potentially. But yeah, so I still want to keep my real estate business going because you build something like this,
Yeah.
like it's my baby. I'm not just going to be like, never mind and just shut it down, So
Very, very cool.
yeah.
That's going to be fun to watch. We are certainly glad to have you. Having you here every week is amazing. You're leading by example. You're showing the ladies that this could be done. House hacking in 1995 is amazing. It's a great decision. Thank you for all your conversations this week, Beth.
It was a blast. So nice to
And
be here. Thank you.
one more time, where can people find you?
Yeah, BethTraversogroup.com or on Facebook, Beth Traverso.
Thank you, Beth.
Thanks.